1. In an AC circuit with no phase lead or lag, which is true, real power equals apparent power, asterisk 2. Where is the generator rating and performance data located? Stamped on the generator data plate 3. When using an ohmmeter to check the continuity of a generator field coil, the coil should have very low resistance if it is a series field coil 4. What is an important factor in selecting aircraft fuses? Capacity matches the needs of the circuit 5. A circuit protection device called a current limiter is essentially a slow-blow fuse and is designed to be used in heavy power circuits 6. What is the color or orientation of the position lights for navigation on civil airplanes? Left side red, right side green, rear, aft white 7. How does the magnetic brake used to stop the rotation of an electric motor armature operate? A friction brake is applied by a spring and released by a magnet. 8. When considering an alteration, the criteria upon which selection of electric cable size should be based on recurrent carrying capacity and allowable voltage drop. 9. Which of the following are major parts of a DC motor? Armature assembly, field assembly, brush assembly, and the end frame. 10. What type of instrument is used for measuring very high values of resistance? Megameter. 11. The strength of the core of an electromagnet depends upon the material from which it is constructed. In which of the following number of turns of wire in the coil and the amount of current? Amperes passing through the coil. 12. During inspection of the terminal strips of an aircraft electrical system, it should be determined that the terminal studs are anchored against rotation. 13. During ground operation, aircraft generator cooling is usually accomplished by an integral fan. 14. Integrated drive generators (IDG) employ a type of high-output AC generator that utilizes a brushless system to produce current. 15. If it is necessary to use my electrical conductor, where it may be exposed to moisture, the mechanic shall use a special moisture-proof type. 16. The rotor and a Magnuson remote indicating system USEA permanent magnet. 17. To what depth is the mica insulation between the commutator bars of a DC generator undercut? Equal to the width of a mica. 18. An ammeter in a battery charging system is for the purpose of indicating thread of current used to charge the battery. 19. Which of the following factors must be taken into consideration when determining the wire size to use for an aircraft insulation? Allowable power loss, permissible voltage drop, current carrying capability of the conductor, and type of load. 20. What is normally used to bond non-continuous stainless steel aircraft components? Copper jumpers. 21. When handling a high-voltage capacitor in an electrical circuit, be sure it is fully discharged before removing it from the circuit. 22. The pin section of an MS connector is normally installed on ground side of a circuit. 23. What is required when operating to aircraft AC generators in parallel? Frequency and voltage must both be equal. 4. Electric wire terminals for most aircraft applications must be what type? Ring. 25. When a diode is checked for an open circuit or a short circuit, it should be disconnected from the circuit. 26. Electric circuits are protected from overheating bifaces. 7. Which of the following is not one of the purposes of interpoles in a generator? Reduce field strength. 28. The poles of a generator are laminated to reduce eddy current losses. 29. Electrical connectors used in the aircraft assemblies should meet which of the following specifications? Military specifications. MS-30. How many cycles of AC voltage are produced in a 6-pole alternator of the revolving field type? For each revolution of the rotor, 331. 1. There are 3 basic types of DC motors: series, shunt, and compound. 2. In the series motor, the field windings consisting of relatively few turns of heavy wire are connected in series with the armature winding. Regarding the above statements, both 1 and 2 are true. 32. The voltage in an AC transformer secondary that contains twice as many loops as the primary will the greater and the amperage less than in the primary. 33. Which of the following is most likely to cause thermal runaway in a nickel-cadmium battery? Excessive current draw from the battery. 34. The purpose of a rectifier in an electrical system is to change alternating current to direct current. 35. The voltage output of an alternator may be regulated By controlling the voltage output of the DC exciter 36, aircraft fuse capacity is rated in amperes 37. Major adjustments on equipment such as regulators, contactors, and inverters are best accomplished outside the airplane on test benches with necessary instruments and equipment. The adjustment procedure should be as outlined by the equipment manufacturer 38. An aircraft electrical circuit control relay is an electronically operated switch 39. A voltage regulator controls generator output by varying current flow to generator field coil. 40. Which type of DC generator is not used as an airplane generator? Series wound 41. When necessary during operation. CSD disconnect is usually accomplished by a switch in the cockpit 42. The nominal rating of electrical switches refers to continuous current rating with the contacts. Closed 43. During inspection of an anti-collision light installation for condition and proper operation, it should be determined that the anti-collision light can be operated independently of the position lights. 44. What is the advantage of a circuit breaker when compared to a fuse? It is resettable and reusable. 45. The method most often used in overcoming the effect of armature reaction is through the use of finter poles. 46. The most common method of attaching a pin or socket to an individual wire in an MS electrical connector is by crimping. 47. The pole pieces or shoes used in DC generators are a part of the field assembly. 48. Which of the following must be accomplished when installing an anti-collision light? Install a switch independent of the position light switch. 49. Certain transport aircraft use AC electrical power for all normal operation and battery-furnished DC electrical power for standby emergency use. In aircraft of this type that operate no DC generators, the batteries are kept charged by rectifiers which use the aircraft's AC generators as a source of power. 50. The circuit breaker in the instrument lighting system protects steering from too much current. 51. The most common method of regulating the voltage output of a compound DC generator is to vary the current flowing through the shunt field coils. 52. Residual voltage is a result of magnetism. In Sheffield shoes. 53. The primary considerations when selecting electric cable size or current carrying capacity and allowable voltage drop. 54. The starting current of a series wound DC motor is passing through both field and armature windings, producing a high starting torque. 55. Which of the following are considered circuit protective devices that are used in aircraft? Electrical systems, circuit breakers, fuses, and current limiters. 56. Electric wiring installed in aircraft without special enclosing means open wiring offers the advantages of ease of installation, simple maintenance, and reduced weight when bundling open wiring. The bundle should. 57. Grounding is electrically connecting a conductive object to the primary structure. One purpose of grounding is to prevent development of radio frequency potentials. 58. What is the purpose of the selection of derated switches? For known continuous load current applications? To obtain reasonable switch efficiency and service life. 59. What kind of switch should you install in a single-wire circuit that require the switch to be manually held in the on position? Single-pole, single-throw SPST to position normally open nitrogen monoxide. 60. A series-wound DC electric motor will normally require more current at low RPM than at high RPM. 61. How are generators rated? Amperes at rated voltage. 62. What is a method used for restoring generator field residual magnetism? Flash the field. 63. One advantage of using AC electrical power aircraft is greater ease in stepping the voltage up or down. 64. What does a rectifier do? Changes alternating current into direct current. 65. Why are the iron cores of most induction coils laminated? To reduce the effects of eddy current. 66. Aluminum wire must be stripped very carefully because individual strands will break easily after being nicked. 67. In installations where the ammeter is in the generator or the alternator lead, and the regulator system does not limit the maximum current that the generator or alternator can deliver, the ammeter can be redlined at what percent of the generator or alternator rating. 10,068. What is the frequency of an alternator dependent upon? RPM. 69. What is a cause of generator brush arcing? Low spring tension 70. CSD generators are usually cooled by oil spray 71. When using the voltage drop method of checking circuit resistance, the input voltage must be maintained at a constant value. 72. What is the most accurate type of frequency measuring instrument? Integrated circuit 73. The inductor type inverter output voltage is controlled by stator field current 74. In aircraft electrical systems, automatic reset circuit breaks hold not be used as a circuit protective devices 75. Which of the following should be accomplished in the installation of aircraft wiring? Locate the bundle above flammable fluid lines and securely clamp to structure 76. A certain switch is described as a single-pole double-throw SPDT switch. The throw of a switch indicates the number off circuits each pole can complete through the switch 77. The commutator of a generator changes alternating current produced in the armature into direct current as it is taken from the armature 78. Some electric motors have two sets of field windings wound in opposite directions, so that the motor can be operated in either direction. 79. If one switch is used to control all navigation lights, the lights are most likely connected parallel to each other and in series with the switch 80. A voltage regulator controls generator voltage by changing the resistance of the generator field circuit 81. Which of the following are some uses for a DC Selson system? Indicate the position of retractable landing gear, cowl flaps position, cooler door position, fuel quantity, and position of wing flaps. 82. When adding a rheostat to a light circuit, to control the light intensity, it should be connected in series with the light 83. How can the direction of rotation of a DC electric motor be changed? Reverse the electrical connections to either the field or armature windings 84. How is the shunt-wound DC generator connected? Both fields are shunted across the armature 85. If a wire is installed so that it comes in contact with some moving parts, what protection should be given the wired 86? If a wire is installed so that it comes in contact with some moving parts, what protection should be given the wire? Pass-through conduit 87. How should the splices be arranged if several are to be located in an electrical wire bundle? Staggered along the length of the bundle 88. What is the minimum bend radius for an electrical wire bundle? 10 times the outside diameter of bundle 89. Oil canning of the sides of aluminum or steel electrical junction boxes is considered to be shorting hazard 90. How can it be determined if a transformer winding has some of its turns shorted together? The transformer will get hot in normal operation. 91. In a generator, what eliminates any possible sparking to the brush guides caused by the movement of the brushes? Within the holder, the brush pigtail 92. If the integrated drive generator IDG scavenge oil filter is contaminated with metal, use shoulder remove and replace the IDG 93. Which of the following copper electrical cable sizes should be selected to replace a No. 6 aluminum electrical cable? No. 694. How should a voltmeter be connected in parallel with the load? 95. What is the advantage of a current limiter? It will take overload for a short period. 96. Static inverters are electronic devices that change DC to AC with use of an oscillator. 97. The CSD unit drives a generator through the use of a variable hydraulic pump and hydraulic motor. 98. The basic difference between an autosyn and a Magnuson indicating system is theater. 99. The rotor in an autosyn remote indicating system uses an electromagnet. 100. Aircraft electrical junction boxes located in a fire zone are usually constructed off stainless steel. 101. Which motor would be most likely to have an armature brake? Landing light retraction motor. 102. What is the principal advantage of the series wound DC motor? High starting torque. 103. Microswitches are used primarily as limit switches to control electrical units automatically. 104. If any one generator in a 24-volt DC system shows low voltage, the most likely cause is an out-of-adjustment voltage regulator. 105. One purpose of a growler test is to determine the presence of a shorted armature. 106. To help minimize radio interference, a capacitor will largely eliminate and provide a steady direct current. If the capacitor is connected to the generator in parallel 107, what is the ratio of turns between the primary coil winding and the secondary coil winding of a transformer designed to triple its input voltage? Primary will have 1/3 as many turns as its secondary 108. The major advantages of alternating current AC over direct current and voltage can easily be increased or decreased by means of a transformer 109. Circuits that must be operated only in an emergency or whose inadvertent activation could endanger a system frequently employ guarded switches 101. Which motor would be most likely to have an armature break? Landing light retraction motor 102. What is the principal advantage of the series wound DC motor? High starting torque 103. Microswitches are used primarily as limit switches to control electrical units automatically 104. If any one generator in a 24-volt DC system shows low voltage, the most likely cause is an out-of-adjustment voltage regulator 105. One purpose of a growler test is to determine the presence of a shorted armature 106. To help minimize radio interference, a capacitor will largely eliminate and provide a steady direct current. If the capacitor is connected to the generator in parallel 107, what is the ratio of turns between the primary coil winding and the secondary coil winding of a transformer designed to triple its input voltage? Primary will have 1/3 as many turns as its secondary 108. The major advantages of alternating current AC over direct current and voltage can easily be increased or decreased by means of a transformer 109. Circuits that must be operated only in an emergency or whose inadvertent activation could endanger a system frequently employ guarded switches. 110. What is the voltage drop for a no-patin copper wire 50 feet long to carry 12.5 amperes? Continuous operation. Use the formula VD equals or LA. VD equals voltage drop, R equals resistance per FT equals 0.06 for L equals length of wire, A equals amperes for V111. The type of electric wire terminals used for most aircraft applications, in addition to providing good current carrying capabilities, are designed primarily to prevent circuit failure due to terminal disconnection 112, which should be used to protect wire from chafing when they must pass through bulkheads, firewalls, ribs, etc. Suitable grommet 113. If several long lengths of electrical cable are to be installed in rigid conduit, the possibility of damage to the cable as it is pulled through the conduit will be reduced. Bitusing the cable with powdered soapstone 114. In troubleshooting an electrical circuit, if an ohmmeter is properly connected across a circuit component and some value of resistance is read, the component has continuity and is not open. 115. The navigation lights of a single circuit controlled by a single switch, which has an on position and an OFF position. Switch is referred to as a single pole, single throw SPST to position switch 116. 1A DC Selson system is a widely used electrical method of indicating a remote mechanical movement or position. 2. A synchro-type indicating system is an electrical system used for transmitting information from one point to another. Regarding the above statements, both 1 and 2 are true. 117. A CSD unit that is disconnected in flight due to a malfunction such as overtemperature may be reconnected. Only on the ground by maintenance personnel 118. When DC generators are operated in parallel to supply power for a single load, their controls include an equalizer circuit to assure that all generators share that load equally. The equalizer circuit operates by increasing the output of the low generator and decreasing the output of the high generator until they are equal. 119. Aircraft which operate only AC generators, alternators, as a primary source of electrical power, normally provide current suitable for battery charging through the use of a step-down transformer, an A rectifier 1-0. The only practical method of maintaining a constant voltage output from an aircraft generator under varying conditions of speed and load is to vary the strength of the magnetic field. 121. The overvoltage control automatically protects the generator system when excessive voltage is present by opening the shunt field circuit. 122. if the plus terminal of a voltmeter is connected to the terminal of the source voltage, and the terminal of the meter is connected to the plus terminal of the source voltage, the voltmeter will read backwards 1 to 3. What protection to wires and cables does conduit provide when used in aircraft installations? Mechanical 1 to 4. What is the maximum amount of time a circuit can be in operation and still be an intermittent duty circuit? 2 minutes 125. Which statement relating to electric wiring is true? When attaching a terminal to the end of an electric cable, it should be determined that the strength of the cable-to-terminal joint is at least equal to the tensile strength of the cable itself. 126. A circuit breaker is installed in an aircraft electrical primarily to protect the circuit and should be located as close to the source as possible. 1 to 7. What is the appropriate method for installing pre-insulated terminal lugs and splices to electric wires using a crimping tool to secure the terminal lug? 1 to 8. A battery generator system provides direct current on installations requiring alternating current from the battery generator system. It is necessary to have an inverter. 1 to 9. To test generator or motor armature windings for open, place the armature in a growler and connect a 110 volts test light on adjacent segments. Light should light 130. If the reverse current cutout relay contact points fail to open after the generator output has dropped below battery potential, current will flow through the generator armature opposite the normal direction and through the shunt field in the normal direction. 131. If the positive field lead between a generator and a generator control panel breaks and is shorted while the engine is running, a voltmeter connected to the generator output would indicate residual voltage. 132. If a generator is equipped with a vibrator-type voltage regulator, the actual time the voltage regulator points remain open depends on the load carried by the generator. 133. In the American wire gauge AWG system of numbers used to designate electrical wire sizes, the number assigned to a size is related to its cross-sectional area.